afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Castle. Aaron Thomas on the call here for another soccer contest. This one, men's action between the Harford let's try that one more time. The Harford Community College Fighting Owls and your CCBC Essex Knights. Career record between these two teams dating back to 2013, well, it goes all Knights, 9-1-1. And, of course, leading the Knights once again is head coach Joe Fiedler, who is in his 9th season here with the Knights with a career winning percentage of .609. The Knights are currently sitting at 3-0, averaging 6 goals a game and 18 shots, and a goals against of 0.6. The last time these two teams met was October 30th, 2019 at Harford. CCBC Essex won that contest 7-1. We will have the national anthem here in a moment, and then we will get things started on what is a lovely Saturday afternoon at the Castle. Aaron Thomas on the call. Thank you for joining us.
Please rise and remove your hat as we honor America and the men and women.
Players to watch out for here as the two teams talk some last-minute strategy. Henry Ortiz and Sam Diaz currently both lead the team with 3 goals each, and Takura Murakawa leads the team in both assists and total points as he has 4 assists and 8 points on the year. And starting goalkeeper Brendan Lamaster, 5 saves already here in the early part of this season, some of them tremendous saves. So we saw a couple highlight reels earlier this week. Defensive unit strong here for the Knights again, led in the middle on the back line with sophomore number 17 Kota Tuchizawa. And we'll see what the strategy is for the Knights coming into this game. As I said in the pregame, led by head coach Joe Fiedler in his 9th season, coming in with a career winning percentage, 69% of his games have been wins here at the Castle. It's You can't make that stuff up. That's consistency at its finest. And the turnover that happens every year at this level. Lucky to hold the player for 2 years. Continuously building good programs here, Coach Fiedler has at the men's side and now at the women's side as well, as he's running both programs. And we'll have the first whistle of the game and a possession to start, at least for the Fighting Owls. A lot of chatter on the sideline about how many goals were going to be scored here in this game for the Knights. The Knights coming into this one with a lot of confidence and nice defensive play to start. There from the captain, Wyatt Moran. Possession still with the Knights. Knights played nighttime soccer earlier in this week and got a victory. Now playing under the sun and the light breeze here on this Saturday. Some quick passing, working the ball up into the front, and a nice timed tackle by number 14, Mike Gisriel. And a good job of shielding himself between the goal and the ball. Forcing the change of possession. The restart going to be so pivotal for the Fighting Owls here. Need to control after the restart, and there's a dangerous play and a my bad from Gavin Green. And a good opportunity here for the Fighting Owls. And ref is going to have to back Portillo up. Cannonball's caught easily in the air by LeMaster. Not what I wanted to do with that, I'm sure. I wanted to play that, have it drop a little bit before the box, have somebody get ahead on it. Maybe a ricochet opportunity. Here come the Knights, far sideline. The offensive strategy, much like it was earlier in this week. The short passing game, working it up the midfield. And here is a quick transition. Couldn't be caught cleanly, though. The Fighting Owls still hold on to possession. A nice interception. Carry past the midfield line. Another well-timed tackle. Ball played in. Can it be sent away? No. Hot potato. Won by the Owls. That one-touch pass didn't have enough mustard on it. Fighting Owls still with possession here. Little hot potato action the last 2-3 minutes or so. Ooh, nice. Been working on that in the offseason. Ping pong. Off a couple heads there. And communication breakdown, as Robert Plant would say. Possession given to the Fighting Owls again. Let's see what they can do with it. Number 4, Gavin Green, sleeves all the way rolled up, welcoming all those Fighting Owls forwards to the gun show. At least I believe that's what he would say. Oh, Portillo with a nice interception at the midfield. Little handsy on the defense. Maybe would have got away with it if it wasn't for a full extension on the arms, or no, actually it went the other way. Diaz with the handsy play. Ooh, nice trickery with the footwork on the outside. Good recovery defensively by the Knights, forcing the ball back to the defense. It's a good possession for the Fighting Owls. Trying to see if something opened up. Did have space there, but it quickly went away as Tuchizawa saw what was coming and was the first one to the ball. Good strike there from the defensive line. I believe that was number 22, Danny Eckert, who had the pass. Almost creating something. Whoa, pickpocket on the far sideline. Ball bounces back to the Knights, and he strikes that one off of the yellow post. Out of bounds. Goal kick for the Knights. Almost a freebie as that ball is bouncing around between the two teams and then just found its way in a good goal-scoring area. Knights almost capitalized almost 6 minutes into this first half. Good defensive maneuver. Gavin Green came in with a simple one-touch, kicked that ball away from the Fighting Owls offense, gave his team possession that they still have as they work it all the way back to the keeper, Lemaster. Coach Fiedler waving his arm as to say, move up. Oh, nice step over, creating space. The one-touch pass. And he says he was out of bounds, or was there some contact? The way the Knights are lining up, it looks like some contact. A nice step over to create some space. And here is an early opportunity for offense for the Knights. Portillo, in their earlier game this week, scored on a free kick from an area around here, not exactly there. Portillo not taking this one. This is Sam Mejia. He's going to put this in towards the middle. Hope for the best. Good strike. Couple of white jerseys there, but I think a black jersey was able to get a leg on it and send it away. Regardless, a good opportunity. But the defense came, stepped up, and made the play. Still with control. Green gives it up. Merkawa. Step over. Played in towards the middle. Maybe not his best strike, but still with possession for the Knights. And speaking of maybe not the best strikes, Sam Mejia would like to have that one over again. The sophomore out of Riverdale, Maryland. Team on the field shaking off the early season rust. We're shaking off the early season rust up here in the booth. I say we, even though it's really just me. My point is everyone's finding their footing here in the early part of this season, but the main point is everyone's glad to be back. We're glad to have you back with us once again on YouTube all season long, broadcasting the home games here for the Knights Athletics. And a quick possession there for the Fighting Owls as you see the ball now on the foot of Lemaster. And they'll look to switch over onto the far sideline. Quick passing game, waiting for something to open up, and they've got something on this near sideline. Merkawa controls around one. He'll shoot, and it's saved. A deflection at first, and then he's able to get the mitts on it and make the catch. Good quick strike offense from the Knights. Better save, though, from Ben Florio. That is our first shot on goal of the contest. Comes about 10 minutes into the game. Now, neither team has been that aggressive to start. Both programs looking to take what the defense gives them. And there's a quick double team as he works it back to Portillo. Plays it into the box. And we've got a whistle. And tremendous defense played on that far sideline. Positioned himself between the man and the ball. A little pressure being applied by the forwards. Coach Fiedler urging them to attack from the sideline. The attack does lead to something as Rinyasoy has it in the box. He's going to look to cross. And he has it stolen away from him by the one black jersey that was over there. Nice defensive move. Give his team a chance to reset. That was number 13, Anthony Cacchini. And we have the whistle there. Portillo was down. And this is another opportunity for offense. Sam Mejia, an early chance. He had one on the other sideline that didn't quite go his way. This one low, and it does find the back of the net. Two Knights had chances at it. The first one came up empty. The second, good as gold. Sam Mejia will get credit for the assist, and I believe that was Tuchizawa. We're going to find out here in a second from our trusty Rusty PA announcer. Kota Tuchizawa, I believe the goal scorer. And it wouldn't be surprising. He's got a knack for finding himself in the right place at the right time.
The Essex goal scored by number 17, Kota Tuchizawa. Assisted by number 8, Sam Mejia. Time to go 12 minutes, 2 seconds.
And you see how quickly that change in aggressiveness changed the game for the Knights. Coach Fiedler urging from the sideline to attack. They force the turnover. They get the free kick in a good goal-scoring area. Make the most of it, and here's another one here. To look the quick strike. Little hot potato. Merkawa still carrying. And it's deflected away. Good defense by the Fighting Owls. They'll have a chance to reset. Approaching the 30-minute mark of this first half. And it is certainly a brand new ball game with this 1-0 score. Knights seem to be a little bit more aggressive in the last few minutes. Fighting Owls love to be able to get this ball out of their defensive zone, just have a chance to piece together an offensive possession. Defenders have been on their heels a lot here in this first 15. And they will have a chance here now as that ball rolls over the end line. And the goal kick is given to the Fighting Owls. more what I said earlier here in this broadcast, the stoppage time, or not stoppage time, a free possession really. When the ball is stopped and you have a chance to make something, whether it's a free kick or a goal kick, corner kick, Fighting Owls are going to have to find a way to continuously possess the ball after plays like that. A turnover on the goal kick gives a possession right back to the Knights. And try and split the double team, and that was some solid effort on the far sideline. Fighting Owls with possession now on a throw-in. Throw-ins included in with those goal kicks and free kicks. Change of possession after the whistle, so important. Fighting Owls need to find a way to hold on to possession here, string together offensive possessions, get some of that momentum on their side. It's a great chance to do that right here. Good strike is needed and a little bit of luck, but this is a great opportunity. They got the good strike, and they almost got a little bit of luck as well. Man, that was very close. There's a solid throw in right into the middle of the box. Ball's still bouncing around. Who's going to come down with it? Oh, nice control there by Diaz. Diaz has got two men on his hip now, and he'll look to slow down. Work in towards the middle. And that pass was intercepted. Give, go, no. Gavin Green right there. Gun show was on his head that time. Possession for the Fighting Owls. Spoke too soon. Had a teammate on that far sideline and ball just a little bit over his head. And another possession here for the Knights as we approach almost 20 minutes played in the first half. Most of that 20 minutes has been spent in the offensive zone for the Knights. That's where we find ourselves once again. Diaz attacking, this time from the far sideline. Ball played in towards the middle, and that was a tough play. And almost something out of nothing. Fighting Owls. Another fumble after a goal kick gives possession to the Knights, and whoa, man. Bang, bang play. That goes the way of the Fighting Owls. Good job, come off the line, Ben Florio. Make it difficult. Hesitation is the killer on a play like that. Florio showed none. Stepped up, made the play for his team. Kept this game at 1-0. One of the things the Fighting Owls have to be proud of is, given the fact that they spent so much of this first half playing defense, score is still 1-0, and also shots on goal is still just 2-0. So the Knights have had opportunities, but haven't been really the best of opportunities. Fighting Owls defense stepped up and made the plays here to start in the first 20 minutes. How much longer will that be the case, though? You play the whole first half on your heels. Not a recipe for a successful second half. And the Knights shown a willingness here in the first 20 minutes to just take what is available, though nothing available there on either side. A steal on both sides. Portillo. Carry played in towards the middle, and that did not find its target, and that will be a whistle against the Knights. Diaz a little bit too aggressive on the tackle. These have been the killers, though, for the Fighting Owls. Possession after the whistle. They've not been able to hold on to it. And there, once again, the problem on display, though they're bailed out by the turnover. Fighting Owls take over possession in their offensive zone. Throw in. About 15 yards into their offensive zone, so they still got quite a bit of work to do here, but they'll take the gift, I'm sure, given the way this first half has gone. They'll take that gift as well. Now another throw in, this one further up the field and closer to goal scoring area. They look to throw this right into the middle of the box. No one really made themselves available to field that throw in, though. Maybe it wasn't thrown in the best of areas. Regardless, Fighting Owls still with possession. Chance to make something happen. Shot and goal! Wow, what a gift. The pass was certainly prettier than the shot on that one, though the shot was mighty nice. But what a pass, switching fields and playing that ball in towards the middle. And then a tremendous finish. Lemaster did all he could coming off the line, making it difficult. But Kyle Williams, the freshman, out of Kintbury, Berkshire, England.
Harford goal scored by number 2, Kai Williams. Assisted by number 4, Reggie King. Time of the goal, 22:31.
Excuse me, that's Kai Williams. Mr. Williams. Sir Williams on that play. And we got a brand new ball game. 1-1. Quick strike offense for the Fighting Owls got this game back to even. After spending most of this first half on their heels, they strung together a nice possession where they were able to hold on to that ball in their offensive zone. And eventually it led to the goal, and there's Florio playing it off the chest and then catching it cleanly. Ben Florio, sophomore out of Bel Air, Maryland. Not sure to make the Furio reference from Sopranos or the Kenflo Florian reference from the old UFC days. Regardless, Mr. Ben Florio came to play, and he's going to have to make another play here as that ball's in a scoring area. And the Knights had possession for a moment. Nice work defensively, though, from the Fighting Owls. Staying on top of it, making the play, sending it away, and giving them a chance to reset. Far from out of the danger zone, though, as that ball was headed towards a good area. We've got 20 minutes left to play here in this first half. Man, what a first half it's been. Some offensive opportunities for the Knights. Some good defense being played by the Fighting Owls, and that quick strike goal has got us back to even. Another maybe. Kai Williams, he's offsides this time. And you hear the groans. Like a bad joke almost. Oh, he didn't really just say that. Good job of moving as a unit by the line. Forcing Mr. Williams offsides. Tuchizawa with a strong strike over to Ren Yasoi. And I don't know how Yasoi came out of that with possession around the first defender. The second defender came, and then he ended up losing possession. But that was a bullet from Tuchizawa. Possession still with the Knights. Yeah, great effort going around on both sides here. Goalies making plays. Both defenses making plays. And now we got a 1-1 game. Both offenses have made at least one play. Oh, nice trickery around one. The second as well, and there goes the flag. And this is a good opportunity for offense. Wow, no, good opportunity for defense. And that will not count. And I believe the main referee just came in and overruled the side judge and gave possession to the Knights. Indeed he did, as Sam Mejia, who already has an assist to his name, is over on the far sideline getting ready to take this. Now we have Gavin Green over there too, may act as a distraction. And a touch. Nope, he will strike himself, and Florio will make it. The save, that is. Poof, communication breakdown on that quick toss, as its target had no idea it was coming until the last moment. We've almost played 30 minutes here in the first half. There's a good quality strike. And great recovery defense. Got around him initially, but Wyatt Moran, sophomore out of Churchville, Maryland, with a solid play, send that ball away. Give his team a chance to reset. So we have our first corner kick of the game now. Sam Mejia from around where he got his assist. He'll take this corner. Let's see what he does with it. Hands up in the air. The ball follows, and Florio makes the initial save. And then his defender comes and bails him out on the second. But that ball is not out of the danger zone just yet. Tremendous play from the defensive unit as a whole from the Fighting Owls, though. Can they get the clear? Here's Kai Williams. And that ball just bounces out of bounds a little bit further up the sideline, and they had something. But they do eventually get that clear and give themselves an opportunity to reset. Yasoi offsides. He came from behind the defense there. Couldn't help himself. That was the fastest angle towards the ball, but it was also the one that was offsides. We've played 30 minutes here in this first half. And what will this final 15 look like? Tuchizawa. Oh, nice flick. A quick possession for the Knights. Yasoi on the near. One move. The pass. Very, very close. Have another opportunity to knock on the door here as they will hold on to possession. And Rin Yasoi almost made something out of nothing for his team there. They'll switch fields and work on to the far sideline now. Or maybe not, as that ball quickly finds its way over towards the middle once again. Portillo, the chest, the dump-off pass. Good recovery defense there as Marvin Martinez was headed towards a goal-scoring area. If he would have had another second or two, maybe he would have been able to rip off a shot. Instead, the Knights waiting for something to open up here once again. Tremendous ball control here in this first half from the Knights. Not a lot of mistakes from them in the passing game. Instead, they have forced the Fighting Owls to step up and make plays defensively, and they have done just that, the Fighting Owls. Here's an opportunity. Portillo, one punch. And Mejia. I think he split the uprights, or maybe was just wide left. Slaps the hands in frustration as Portillo punched that ball over to him in a good goal-scoring area, though it did bounce a little bit, and that's that bouncing ball, one of the tougher shots to get down with the control. You can get a lot of power behind that shot, but it's a tough shot to get control of. Another opportunity for offense here as we approach the 10-minute mark of this first half. Fighting Owls have to be feeling good with the way they've been playing defensively, and given the way that they got their goal, the longer they can hold this score at 1-1, you got to think that that's going to help their confidence moving forward, knowing that defensively we can match up with this team. All we need is just that one chance. Now, the flip side of that is the Knights have got to be feeling mighty confident themselves, too, as they're one slip up away from being up 1-0. And there's Portillo with a chance. He couldn't get that head ball accurately put onto the net. And we'll have a change of possession, but for how long, as this has been the Achilles heel for the Fighting Owls. They get possession, but they struggle holding on to it. Tsuchizawa first to the ball. That is a line we've said numerous times here in the booth this afternoon. Tsuchizawa just so quick at reading the flight of the ball, knowing where it's going to land, and making sure he's the first one there. And here's a long pass caught in the air by Florio, and that was a nice catch as Rin Yasoi was right there. He doesn't catch that cleanly. Maybe number 11 puts the second goal of the game on for the Knights. On the far sideline, round one defender. The second was able to get a foot on the ball and poke it away. Kai Williams, he's around one defender, and in the second, and with control, here he goes. The shot, the save by LeMaster. Whoa, Nelly. 1-on-1, and number 45 made the save that time. There again on display, the quick strike offense by the Fighting Owls, as Kai Williams had a couple of white jerseys right there on his hip, but he had that one step he needed. And now with under 10 minutes to play, it's a brand new feel to this ball game. Confidence really starting to show on the field for the Fighting Owls in this one. Maybe the overconfidence for the Knights starting to show as well. Talked about earlier in this game how there's a lot of chatter on the sidelines about just how many goals the Knights were going to score in this one. Well, they've almost played 45, and they've only scored just one. The same amount as the Fighting Owls. But we still have so much time left here in this one. What was an exciting first half should lead to an even more exciting second half. Here's Rin Yasoi. Speaking of excitement, he can make something happen here. He's around the corner. The pass in towards the box. Splits the uprights, but off the foot of a Fighting Owls player. So a corner kick for the Knights. Will Sam Mejia take it? Does not look so, as Taki Murakawa is setting up, and Murakawa was someone who had his name spoken a lot earlier this week. A lot of fancy moves from him with the ball on his foot, and also creating some opportunities for his teammate. His first opportunity for creation there, not his best, though it was something. Here's another, though. Florio gets a hand on it and then gets two. Man. Tremendous effort, as that was a good strike. Oh, I'm sure next time Florio would like to catch it on the first touch. That'd save his heart a couple beats. Oh! Mama, there goes that man, and he still's got the ball. That one too! Rin Yasoi! The Japanese connection showing off here with the footwork. First by Taki Murakawa, and then Rin Yasoi. Oh, one-touch pass. Murakawa, he'll bounce it right in safely in front of the keeper. Though you got to feel like the Knights are starting to gain back some of that momentum here. a couple of really solid offensive possessions in a row. And if this continues this way, we may be looking at a 2-1 ball game going in to the second half. Renyasoy. Oh! We got physical play going both ways here. Gavin Green took a hard fall. And then Tuchizawa came in, I think, with a little payback. Five-minute mark here. And this is a corner kick. The mitts punched on that ball. And some contact made with the goalie will get that yellow card out of the pocket of the keeper. Lemaster did punch that away, though he took a little bit of a beating for it.
Yellow card issued to Harford, number 26, Dallas Kane.
Merkawa. Stonewalled defensively there. Great move. Oh, the Knights still with possession, and that flick almost found its way into a good goal-scoring area. Well, the Knights will still have a chance to get that ball in a goal-scoring area as they have a corner on this near sideline under 5 minutes to play. Florio pushes it away. And then the clear, maybe should have carried that. A lot of space in front of him, but just went with his first instinct. Portillo plays it up. DBT is there, but the two black jerseys are the first to get there, and man, they'd love to have that one again. I'm sure they just gave a corner kick to the Knights now under 4 minutes to play. DBT, Dennis Banagras Torres. DBT has been all over the field defensively here. Got a chance to show off some of the offensive skills as his team is setting up. The clock continues to tick. And now the ball is in the air. Good corner. Takes a couple bounces. And Sam Diaz. If style points counted for anything, he'd have a game breaker. Thank you for joining us here on this Saturday afternoon for men's soccer action. Hope you can join us all season long. It's been an exciting start to the season. Knights currently sitting at 3-0, looking to push it to 4-0, though a 1-1 score right now is complicating things. Fighting Owls looking to make it 2-1 if they can. They've got possession as we approach the final 2 minutes to play in the first half, that is. Missed opportunity. Kai Williams has his hand up in the air as to say, my bad. Tuchizawa trying to play it up the field. He's got somebody there. It quickly is stolen away. Two teams play hot potato for a couple seconds. The Knights put the cooling mitt on and come away with possession. Ooh. Nice 1-2 there, Ethan Stewart. Far sideline. Something, nothing, then a whistle. Under a minute now to play. This could be the final strike here, or the final push, I should say. Still a lot of time for plenty of strikes, but the Knights can look to hold on to this ball, keep the pressure on. Maybe come away with the goal that separates this thing before half. Florio! Whoa! Climbed the ladder and made the catch. He made that look easy, but Lord knows it's not. And that probably will be the final strike we see of this contest, or this first half, excuse me. Thankfully, it's not the final strike of the contest. We got another 45 after this, as that will be the end of the first half. The score after the first 45 is 1-1. Stick around for the second half after this. And we are back here to play the final 45 of regulation, though we could have some more in store if things stay the same as they are right now, as the score is 1-1. Sounds of the first half go a little bit something like this. Goals on each side, though the goals came in much different forms. The goal for the Fighting Owls came in the form of a quick strike from Kai Williams after a long through ball. The goal for the Knights came off of Kota Tuchizawa after a free kick from Sam Mejia. The time of possession was mainly in favor of the Knights there in that first half. Though what does that really matter, though, when the score is 1-1 at the end of it? I'm sure it matters in terms of confidence building into the second half. If you ask the coaching staff, that is, and the players, I'm sure it matters in terms of building that confidence going into the second half that, hey, we're right in this. And not only are we right in this, we probably should be in the lead. Let that through ball slip by us, and that got them their one goal. Fighting Owls, I'm sure, singing a little bit of a different tune, though I'm sure they also feel that they're right in this. Why shouldn't they? 1-1, anybody's ball game. Fighting Owls started with possession to start things, so the Knights start with possession to start the second. Same lineup on the field right now for the Knights as to start the contest. Same strategy as well, though a little bit more pressure being applied on the ball from the forwards from the Fighting Owls. Let's see if that changes moving forward, and also maybe if it changes things strategy-wise offensively for the Knights, as most of that second half the Knights were more than willing, and the X is thrown up for the referee. We will take a break with the two teams as the trainer comes out onto the field. And we're back here as you saw that quick exchange between the two teams ending in the ball going across the end line, and a difficult sight as the trainer had to help the injured player off the field for the Knights. See how that affects this game moving forward, as the Knights have had to go to the bench here a little earlier in this second half than maybe they initially planned. Possession still here with the Knights. And quickly tested off the bench, Julio Correa, excuse me. Had that ball placed on him in a good position, and there, placed on him in an even better position, though a nice defensive move from the Fighting Owls, sending it away with a chance to reset. Whoa, pickpocket right in front of the midfield. Gavin Green showing off the muscles there as he stole that ball. Oh, nice tackle, but Julio still with possession. I'd love to see the effort there from number 10 after the solid tackle, I believe, put on by Kai Williams. Oh, man, and that will be a goal kick or a penalty kick. Almost got past the defender. He stuck a leg out. Sam Mejia will take it. No discussion whatsoever. He was the first one there. And here is a quick test. 4 minutes into the contest. The second half, that is. Mejia, Florio. Mejia finishes. Aims high. Florio went low. And we are back out in front. That's what the Knights are thinking. Whoa! Man. Shot out of that like a cannon.
Essex penalty kick goal, scored by number 8, Sam Mejia. Time of the goal, 47 minutes, 6 seconds.
So we saw in the late stages of that first half just how much the goal changed the momentum of the game for the Fighting Owls. Let's see how much it changes the momentum here in this second half. Fighting Owls back down in this one. And there, Gavin Green, love to have that one back. He gives possession to the Fighting Owls. The only kind of offense the Owls have had that has been solid has been on the quick strike. They need to get back to even sooner than later. Sure, the Knights feeling that momentum is back out on their side, clearly on their side. They'll look to hold on, maybe build a little separation. Florio, nice catch there. Caught the cannonball clean. Oh, Gavin Green, back-to-back miss swings from him. That one could have been dangerous as it got past him. Rolled safely towards his keeper, LeMaster. Gavin Green, 2 misses there, but some solid play from him on the back line. No surprise. Freshman out of John Carroll had a good showing earlier here in the week, and Portillo plays it over. Correa was just a little bit late getting there. He also had a defender right there on his hip. Would have been a tough play for him to make regardless, but a missed opportunity for the Knights. One they certainly don't want to miss, but they can afford to miss now given the fact that they're in the driver's seat once again at 2-1. The action right here in front of us on the near sideline. The ball pinballing around the field, and Rin Yasoy around one defender, trying to find his way around a second. He may have done just that, but the third defender came in and said, I'll put an stop to that. Here's a quick strike attempt. Kai Williams trying to be the passer on that one to his teammate Austin Pellegrino, excuse me. Ball is bouncing around between the two teams. No one's got it for a moment. And the Knights frustrated with the timing on the whistle there. I'm sure they would love to have seen the advantage played through, as Portillo had that one headed towards goal. Here's Sam Mejia, I believe, on the ball, ready to take the kick, but he has Green and Portillo right around him. And Portillo will take it and not make it. Bounces safely into the arms of the keeper. See if they talk strategy on how to possess the ball after these goal kicks and punts. This is something they really struggled with, the Fighting Owls, that is, in the first half. Fighting Owls look to be a little bit too happy to go to the quick strike, as it has not been there in the second half. Knights defense has not found themselves out of position yet to start this second half. We've almost played a full 10 minutes in this second half. And much like the first, time of possession has been dominated by the gentlemen in the white jerseys. Sam Mejia will look to play this towards the box. Portillo's there, but so is Florio, and he makes the catch. Ben Florio. Where would he be, or where would his team be without him? He's made some tremendous saves in this game. 8 shots on goal for the Knights, 2 shots on goal for the Fighting Owls, and that speaks very loudly. Julio Correa sure would love to have that one back. Oh, he had a defender right on his hip. Would have been a tough play to make. The whistle gave possession to the Knights. Let's see what they do with it. A couple of quick crosses. Fighting Owls want a whistle on that play, though. The referee didn't see it that way. It's a typical Harford versus Essex type of game. These two programs' lacrosse teams met earlier this season. The Fighting Owls came out on top in that one. The men's soccer team looking to play the role of James Brown on the big payback this afternoon. Oh, ball played in towards the middle, and Florio had to catch that cannonball on the first try, because if not, it would have bounced probably towards a white jersey, as there was 2 of them towards around him and heading towards that ball. Just 3 minutes away from the 30-minute mark of this second half. They had that penalty kick goal from Sam Mejia, who has a goal to go along with his assist. Outside of that, hasn't been a lot of action here to start things in the second half. Now, Ben Florio, the keeper for the Fighting Owls, will probably sing a different tune, as he's had to make a couple of saves here. The defense, once again, for the Fighting Owls came to play And they made a couple of plays there. They're going to have to make another one, though, here as possession is still with the Knights. The head ball out of the box and then the over-the-head flick to get the ball out of the offensive area altogether. And they'll have another chance to get that ball out of the offensive area as now they have a goal kick. Portillo flicked in towards the box, and he split the uprights there. He split between the goal post and the field goal post there. I don't know if he was thinking goal or if that's just where the ball ended up. Figured coming from that far sideline, he'd look to play the ball in towards the middle. Regardless, almost a real good chance. Knights will have an opportunity to create another chance, or at least they thought they would. And they will indeed, as Ren Yasoi got possession back for his team. And a substitution on the field for the Fighting Owls, trying to keep fresh legs here in this game, particularly around the midfield. Played so much of this contest on their heels. And you saw the look of frustration on Florio's face as soon as that ball came off of his leg. Did not place that where he wanted to. Though LeMaster probably didn't place that one where he wanted to either. Though it may work out. Man, almost something there. And we'll get a yellow. Ronan Bangs. Issued the yellow card, and it will give the free kick to Sam Mejia, though Gavin Green is right there as well. You hear the calls of watch the shot from the sideline. It's a good idea to make that call because I think Sam Mejia is looking to score from here. Maybe Gavin Green, and oh my goodness. It's like Rex from Toy Story 2. I don't want to use my head. Whew. You had to on that one, young man. Sam Mejia turns and shoots, and it's deflected before it got to its target. The ball is bouncing around there in a dangerous zone. Knights will still have possession. Whew. Bunch of bodies diving for that ball. And it squeaks out towards that near sideline. The Fighting Owls with possession now, under 30 minutes to play in regulation. We started this second half at 1-1, but quickly got to 2-1, and we've been there ever since. Not for lack of trying, though, as the Knights have been knocking on opportunity's door all of this second half. Knocking once again as Portillo tried to cross that in towards the middle. He did that, but it was sent away by a Fighting Owls player. Possession still with the Knights, now on the far sideline. Ooh, a good ball into the middle. It was a rocket. Ethan Stewart quick to come in and keep that ball in the offensive zone. The Knights defenders are so quick to come off of their line and make a play in the offensive zone, whether offensively or defensively. They'll look to get shots off, but also look to make tackles where they can and keep that ball in the offensive zone. Seen Gavin Green take a couple shots on goal here on restarts. Here's Portillo played in. He's got a teammate there, but also two black jerseys, and one of the black jerseys sent the ball away right onto the foot of Julio Correa, who tried to bury that shot on that far corner. Ben Florio will try and bury this goal kick somewhere in the deep offensive zone of his team. Accidental handball off the arm of Marvin Martinez. Got right in front of the ball and just bent down to tie his shoe. And slow down play. It's smart play. Give your team a chance to slow this game down and reset defensively. A slower pace helps the Knights, of course. Here's a chance for the Fighting Owls, far sideline, and the give and go. Kai Williams. Some words with the referee on that far sideline. Trying to wonder why there was no call. Pleading his case, so he's got to be careful. Speaking of careful, the Fighting Owls had to be careful there. That was a good offensive opportunity that was sent away by the defensive line. Here's the transition, and he'd love to have that one back. Tristan Moran. Played 20 minutes here in the second half. Second half that has not seen nearly as many shots on goal. No shots on goal for the Fighting Owls here in the second half. And Turkawa got ahead on that ball, but didn't place it where he wanted to, I'm sure. Whoo, nice trickery. Bought some space. And also possession for his team. Correa, last one to touch that. Substitution check into the game this time for the Knights. Henry Ortiz and Taki Merkawa. Check back into the game. Martinez carrying, playing it towards the middle. Ortiz, the shot, and whew. They'd love to have that one back. Good opportunity created, though, from number 5, Marvin Martinez, the sophomore midfielder out of Parkdale. Fighting Owls are starting to get a little bit more concerned with fighting with the referee than they are fighting with the Knights on the field. A lot of words exchanged with the gentleman in the orange. Meanwhile, the Knights still have possession on the field. Portillo, one touch over to Martinez. Can he get another pass on? Or will he get a shot? I think he was looking for a left-footed shot, and it was deflected. Whoa, wow. Ethan Stewart had his legs taken out from underneath of him. Still with possession. Here come the Fighting Owls. Fighting Owls still with possession here, though that one bounces back to LeMaster off the head of Gavin Green. You saw Ethan Stewart had that ball right in front of us at the midfield line. He lost it. And a quick transition opportunity for the Fighting Owls. It ended up safely in the hands of LeMaster. Renyasoy will carry. Now Martinez. Katsuma. Quick strike offense with the passing game, and Martinez had that one stolen from him. Kai Williams with possession. Around to Jizawa. Around Green. One pass. Two, and nothing. Great recovery defensively by the Knights, as Kai Williams caught that at the midfield, got around to Jizawa, and then Green. And then that pass from Tristan Moran couldn't find its target. We are just a minute and some change away from the 20-minute mark of this second half, and the score is still 2-1 Knights. Certainly not for lack of trying now on both sides, as these last 3 or 4 minutes, Fighting Owls have started to show some life offensively. They showed some life in the late stages of that second half, or the first half, excuse me, eventually cracking through for their first and only goal. The second half, their offense has been dormant for the most part. Going to have to continue to show life if they want to keep their comeback hopes alive. And they'll look to cross. Renyasoy wide open on that side of the field. Merkawa carries it as far as he can. Portillo carries it into a good area. Oh, man. Good cross by him. Black jersey was the one to get ahead on the ball, though. And nice tackle from Moran to steal that ball away from Ethan Stewart. Ethan Stewart won't have it stolen that time. And Merkawa would love to have that one back, I'm sure. Knights are still... Oh, wow. Is this another one? Another penalty kick. Wow. It's been the Achilles heel in the second half. It's the penalty kick. Giving another one here to the Knights. And Ben Florio is going to have to make his best save of the game.
Number 4, Reggie King.
Yeah, I think if the Knights can pull away with a 2-goal lead right here, go miles for their confidence in Portillo. The celebration after the goal says it all there. He feels like, and I'm sure the Knights players, coaches, and fans feel like that could be a dagger. A lot of time left to be played, though, so they can't get overly confident. But the way this second half is gone, that may be the one that pulls the Knights away.
Time of the goal, 70 minutes, 40 seconds.
It's our first goal of the game that had nothing to do with Sam Mejia. First goal of the game for the Knights, that is. Sam Mejia had an assist on the first goal. He scored the second. And then that third goal scored by number 7, Andy Portillo. Portillo, a sophomore out of Laurel High School. Portillo has now scored in back-to-back home games as well for the Knights, as he had a goal earlier this week. Knights played on Thursday here at the Castle. Defended home turf. Had Friday off. And then came back to play here on this Saturday afternoon. Correa quickly ran out of real estate, but didn't run out of possession for his team, as a corner kick now for the Knights. It's a great chance. Pull a little bit further away. Gavin Green did his best high jump, and it still wasn't high enough. It was mighty high. Around one defender. Now a second. Back to Gavin, and he'll one-touch it to Merkawa. That ball was bouncing in a dangerous zone. But it is eventually sent away by the Fighting Owls. Possession still with the Knights, as we are 2 minutes away from the 15-minute mark. Time certainly not a friend for the Fighting Owls. Oof, nice timed leg there from Gavin Green. Came in, sent the ball out of bounds, gave his team a chance to restart. And Tuchazawa, good separation there. Got in between the ball and his man. Made sure that was the end of that run. Working up the far sideline. Good carry by Yasoy. Knights still with possession, but had 2 black jerseys around that ball. Now 2 white jerseys. And the whistle and the flag pointed still in the direction of the Knights. Knights happy to play hot potato with the quick passing, though that time they had the pass stolen away. And here's a quick strike opportunity. They don't have numbers, and they don't really have space either, but they got possession. Oh, no! What's the soccer equivalent of shacked a fool? Because that would have ended up on that. Man, what an opportunity. Almost appeared out of thin air for the Fighting Owls. Speaking of opportunities, here's another one. Oh, wow! LeMaster had to make a save from his own teammate. I think Rinya Soy was the one who came in and got contact with that ball. Regardless, that was a tremendous offensive opportunity for the Fighting Owls. Great effort. I'm trying to see the back of that gentleman's jersey so I can give him his proper dues. Great effort from, I believe, number 15, Richmond Kamiser. Indeed, it was Richmond, the freshman out of Aberdeen, Maryland. Effort gets you mighty far in life, and he almost showed that it can take you to the top every once in a while, as it almost got him to the top on that last run towards goal. 3-1 is our score. Though this Fighting Owls team has started to come alive and realize that they need to get a goal. Portillo. Now some one-on-one play from the Knights. Though we got 3 black jerseys on that far sideline. Realizing the space, they tried to switch. A good recovery from the Fighting Owls. 1 pass, 2 pass, Merkawa! Taki Merkawa with a laser right into the belly of Ben Florio. Ortiz chases it down on that far sideline and then gave it up with the penalty. 2 minutes away from the 10-minute mark of this second half, and he's got a little bit of a stoppage, though. Players back onto 2 feet and will remain in the game. I think a goal on either side in this final minute or so before we reach the 10-minute mark would change this whole contest. If Fighting Owls get a goal, we're going to see a very, very aggressive 10 minutes. If the Knights get a goal, I think we may see reality set in. Go conservative, go for the quick. Little flick on the corner kick. It's deflected out of bounds, and now a throw in for the Fighting Owls deep in their offensive zone. And another corner. We're in the final 10 of regulation. And if Fighting Owls don't get it 2 quick goals, it might just be the final 10 of the game. LeMaster got a finger on that one, and we'll get another corner. This one from the near sideline. This has been a very entertaining game. We've seen some great plays on both sides. Been mainly a defensive contest, though. Whoa, man, a great opportunity as that ball found its way into a good area And he may have been offsides, though. Let's see where the goalie places the ball. No, he places it right on the line, so I think it was a goal kick. Opportunity that skipped a couple heartbeats, I'm sure, of some Knights fans, as it was quickly almost 3-2. Saying this has been such an entertaining contest, particularly if you were a fan of defense. As these two defensive squads came to play. Some good saves on both sides. LeMaster hasn't been tested that often, that much. But when he has, he stepped up, made the play. Remember that low worm burner save he made in the late stages of the second half. And Portillo putting on a dribbling clinic, carrying the ball into scoring. And Katsuma not happy with the way that call went. And whoa, a crane kick by Gavin Green. My goodness. All right, Danielson. Tuchizawa, almost always the first defender to the ball. Tuchizawa, you ever meet him off the field? Not a gentleman who is going to say much, but very intense individual. And if I remember correctly, a fan of the American cheeseburger. If you have a chance on YouTube, catch up on the Knights podcast. Myself and Rocco Jeppe spoke with Tuchizawa, Renya Soy, and another member of the Knights team from last year's squad. It's a great podcast you can find on YouTube, and an opportunity to learn about three gentlemen total, but two that are still on the team, and Renya Soy and Kota Tuchizawa. So also remembering one of those two gentlemen is a big wrestling fan as well, so maybe excited about this weekend's WrestleMania. Action on the field, though, right now, as that ball is headed in towards a goal-scoring area, but not played cleanly. It gave a chance for the defense to reset. That is a good ride put on by Renya Soy. And the whistle eventually blows the play dead. Check out the Knights Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram pages all the time, being updated with new content, opportunities to learn about upcoming games, and also, like I said earlier, with the podcast, an opportunity to learn about some of your student athletes making waves on the field and in the classroom here at CCBC Essex. So take this opportunity to thank you guys at home for joining us this afternoon and all season long. I said earlier, I know I speak for everyone when I say we're just so excited to be back in the broadcast booth calling games once again. Always exciting sports action here happening at CCBC Essex, though this year you're getting a condensed version as we have soccer being played in the spring. And some substitutions coming into the game for both teams, as it does feel like reality has set in, and it looks like the Knights will be moving to 4-0 on the season, 2-0 at home, though we do have 5 minutes left to be played. Just looks like the body language for the Fighting Owls kind of says it all. Realizing that they may have just run into a buzzsaw here in the second half. Though there'll be a lot to think about on the bus ride home in terms of, was it really a buzzsaw, or did we cut ourselves? Remember, those 2 penalty kicks were the 2 goals for the Knights in this second half. Now, granted, those penalty kicks came way from some aggressive play by the Knights, but they didn't commit the penalties themselves. And there's a diving save by Florio. Certainly one of the shining stars here in this game for the Fighting Owls has been Agent Zero, Mr. Ben Florio. Florio makes a head-high case save there. At the end of the day, even if the Fighting Owls walk out of here with a loss, there's a lot to hold their heads high up about. And LeMaster makes that save. Started this contest talking about how the chatter on the sidelines was just how many goals are the Knights going to score. Well, between you and I, the word on the field was 6. Don't think we're going to get that far today. A 3-1 score right now, and it looks like if things continue the way they've been going, that will probably be our final score as the Knights look happy to play keep away. The Fighting Owls still struggling to piece together consistent offense. Talked about one of the shining stars for the Fighting Owls in this contest would be Ben Florio. Oh, couple step overs, and it did nothing. Nice defense. Another nice defensive move there from number 13, Anthony Cacchini. And there's a nice defensive move from 22, Danny Eckert. He was in the middle of saying one big star should be given to the entire defensive line of the Fighting Owls. If they have made several nice plays in this game. Though if we're giving shining stars to the Fighting Owls defense, we got to give a few shining stars to the Knights defense as they came to play as well. And a whistle will give possession to the Fighting Owls now, just 90 seconds away from the final whistle. There's tremendous control between teammates, going back and forth with the head ball, and Kai Williams, a nice spin around the body of the defender. Murakawa will get the whistle for his team and give possession back to the Knights, or excuse me, back to the Fighting Owls. As you heard there, we are now in our final minute of play. Can the Fighting Owls break through in this final minute? I've seen crazier things here at the Castle. 2 years ago, the Knights won a soccer game on a buzzer beater shot. Not something you see very often in this sport, and LeMaster makes a save, and he just rolled that up the line to keep the ball in play. Oh, the trickery. And that will probably be the final push of the game, as the clock is going to hit triple zeros now. And I will tell you the final score and say our goodbyes. The final score in this one is 3-1. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. Hope you can join us next time, as we'll be back with baseball action on Wednesday, 3 o'clock. Until then, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.